What I did with my phone, bro? Hey, Ty, come on, man. How you keep doing that?
Sitting on your phone. Your phone on that gay jump. Huh? Alright, they ready?
They been praying that I fall for a minute. I only live for one, so just know I ain't falling for you. If God is the map, then I need him like my name Dora. They said they living righteous, I saw them back in Gomorrah. No makeup, like no support. Let me see the real.
What is going on? TV, bro. We back with another podcast. TV, but your body compared to the fashion, you know what I'm talking about? Hey, this is episode number 6.
Yeah.
6. Episode number 6 of the podcast. And we here with... Introduce yourselves, because I ain't going to do all that.
Man, if they don't know us by now...
They don't know this guy.
Yeah.
They don't know this guy.
They know this T, this Ike.
It's your boy Omari Hood, a.k.a. Hollywood Hood.
Chill.
Yes, sir. Yeah, there. But yeah, we here with podcast number 5. 6. We got some things to talk about. Let's get serious.
That instantly made me get immature.
Okay. We got some things to talk about.
Let's get into Omari. Let him kind of tell everybody where he come from and who he is. And
man, I come
what
from
he got
the
going
jets,
on.
them slums, you know. Nah, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I don't live there no more. I live a couple hours away. I ain't gonna tell y'all well, but yeah, man, it's indubitably.
Okay.
What?
So what you got going on in life, man? What you got going on in life?
I'm a videographer and photographer, so I quit my job a few weeks ago, so now like I'm full time behind the camera, and
He just told us that we don't need to record in 60 frames per second, because then it's gonna turn to.
He told us, or he told who he told.
He was talking. Pretty much everybody was suggesting that we do it.
No,
that was all you.
That was you, man. You had the great idea, but
Man,
that's all right though.
What announcements we got for Dom Dimitri this week?
Okay, we don't have nothing necessarily this week, but soon we gonna be dropping the Dom Dimitri merch for your million.
Yes.
So everybody who knows King X Cody on TikTok,
raise your hand if you're a Christian. Okay. I was just thinking about that junk outside. That's called confirmation. You know what that is? You know what confirmation is?
Yeah, I know what it is.
I know you know what it is because you just confirmed some things.
Yeah.
That's it, boy.
So
I almost
we gonna be dropping some Dom Dimitri merch for Titus reaching 1 million followers on TikTok. Yeah, man, we can get a plug.
$1 million.
Right, what you doing, man?
Yeah, that ain't gonna go well with what you just said.
You gotta do it.
Doing all that love, and there you go. But so that's coming soon. Y'all be on the lookout for that. So that'll be pretty much on a lot of his platforms. But we gonna have everybody's socials on the screen too, so you can follow them and in the description. So
let's get into the talk of the town.
talk.
We'll let Tobias. I think Tobias got something on his heart that he want to ask us.
Okay. I want to kind of get into our we are all pretty good looking guys, most of us. And
all right, so who would not be there?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Who would you? You said most of them.
What? See, sensitivity. That's what get y'all. No, that's sensitive because I ain't say nobody. I didn't say. I said most of us.
I just want to stand.
Yeah, how y'all know I was talking about us? I was saying most guys.
Okay, I do want to make a comment here. The only two dudes who said something was the lighter people.
Yeah, sensitive.
And that's just being
no. Sensitive. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
What? I'm trying to make sure you gonna back me up.
No. You said most of the guys, but you said you weren't talking about us.
No. I said most of us. I said most of us are good looking guys.
Who on the sofa?
No, I said most. I'm saying like
so
most
in
guys.
general. So what you trying to say though?
Some guys ugly, man. It's
but
like,
most
some guys
dudes
that don't look
ugly
good. But
you saying they're attractive?
No. See, he tried.
But
seriously though, I want to know how y'all feel about the first date and what's the etiquette for the first date? Like I'm talking about. We grown, so we ain't boyfriend, girlfriend in like high school no more.
Right.
So we got a little money. So what do y'all feel like is the etiquette for the first date? Are you doing something super fancy and intricate, or are you doing some kind of laid back chill? Yeah. You ain't really spending much money, but it's thoughtful. You know what I'm saying? Like what's your go-to? What's your bag? I'm talking about you like her though. I ain't talking about it's just some short lived.
Right. I think for me the first date, I can't say this for the relationship that I was in. Like, we had fun before that. I guess the whole day would be the date for the first relationship. I mean, for this relationship I'm in, my last relationship. I think that the first date should be something fun, but you ain't gotta splurge, bro. Like, you ain't gotta.
But you gotta be a little bit more.
I mean, you kind. I feel like you kind of gotta. You know, you gonna have to spend a little. Don't do nothing super cheap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's just go eat at McDonald's and talk. Like, that junk ain't cool. But say, let's go. Well, I might be capping.
About the McDonald's?
Not McDonald's, but I'm just saying, like, in my head, I was like, yeah, let's just go kart racing and let's do this, and that. Then let's go eat. Let's just hang out together, get to know each other. I mean, that's what I feel like a first date should be. It should be something fun. That's what I think.
So more of a activity. Day.
Most definitely.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Now, if I like her, like her, I kind of go hard. Like,
Yeah.
But I'm saying, but look though, you can even get into the specifics of the type of girl you would like and what she would like, so that would mean that would play a part into what you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I kind of understand what you're saying.
But
But I mean, yeah, like if I like her, then my initial like reaction is to want to like do something big, or not do something big, but do something like special that she gonna remember type jump.
So in your head, special is a lot of money, or not a lot of money, but
not a lot of money, but just like not just on no like movie restaurant type jump. Like do something more than that, because that's so typical. That's like not elementary, that's like high school.
That's first thought.
So I just want to.
Then like at a movie, you can't even talk for real. Like there's no conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like I just want to do more than that. You know what I'm saying? Probably like I do like roses and probably stuff like that, flowers and stuff like that. But
That's cute. Pose while you at it.
that is nice. Huh? That is nice.
Find flowers on the bird.
You said propose. It just depends though. It just depends. But if I mean this one your question, but I'm just saying if it ain't like I don't like her like that, like I'm just trying to get to know you, I'm gonna probably do like some typical, cause I'm gonna be trying to test your temperature to see how how
So
bougie
y'all
you
hear
are.
this? So y'all take notes. If he take you to a restaurant, he don't like you like that.
If you meet if you meet a light skinned dude and you like, dang, I feel like I know you from somewhere, and you end up at the movies at the end of the day, remember this. Remember this day. He don't like you that much.
Well, I mean, it can progress. It can progress. Don't let the first date ruin.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I actually had this debate with a couple girls like in the last 2 weeks. They was just like homies or whatever, man. And we was having a debate about the first date, and I feel like, cause we was talking about the whole spending, how much you spend on first date, and I said, me personally, like I'm gonna go all out, but I shouldn't have to feel obligated to do that. I hate that it's such a stipulation that you have to regardless of who asks who, because it's supposed to be a mutual liking. You're gonna go out anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, me personally, like I said, I ain't gonna go OD with it, but I'm gonna put forth effort if I really like you, because I mean, I'd rather chill by myself anyway. So if I'm asking you out, it's like I really mess with you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do. Not that I feel like I gotta prove myself, but that's just the type of person I am. And like I want you to know from the jump, that's how I'm gonna be. Like I want to set that bar. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's tough.
Cause it challenged me to stay on my my
it challenged you because if you know how a lot of women are, especially like a lot of them have these high standards. So then you start like that, and then they gonna call you on it when you like, oh, you want to do some regular job,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
And I want to be held to that though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But respectfully, I'm gonna treat her the same way. Like you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like it's okay. I mean, each his own, man.
Yeah.
Each his own.
Because I don't agree at all. I don't.
Go ahead.
Like for me, I feel like the first date, a lot of times mentally, if you like a girl, she's gonna kind of be in a spot to where she's like, it's a little nerve wracking for both of y'all. It can be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A lot of times. So to me, I want to put you in the most calm and relaxing situation possible, so that we can talk.
Right.
Because I want to know how you feel. I want to know how you think. I want to know what you like and stuff like that. Because I feel like a lot of times if you go all out to impress her, it'll be cool and she'll be impressed, but then at the end of the day, you don't know about her really like that.
Yeah.
Because it was more about you wowing her. Like you was just trying to like impress her. So to me, I mean, I'm not. That wouldn't be my go-to to impress her. So my go-to would be to like I want to get to know you a little bit. Like I want to talk to you and pick your brain and see how you feel about this, and that. And I want to have like a real conversation. We can laugh and this and that.
So what's the
kind of
date?
date? Yeah.
Like a original date, like a restaurant, not a movie, because that don't make sense. Like you said, you sitting in a movie, y'all can't really talk.
Yeah.
You start talking, have a good conversation. They gonna be like, man, shut up, we trying to,
Yeah.
So I'll probably do a movie. We may go do like a picnic, but typically something where we eating. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Where we can like sit down, talk, everybody relax and stuff like that.
Right.
But that's just how my mindset is.
Exactly. Yeah, and I understand that big time. But I feel like you can definitely correlate the two. You can have a good time and then still have conversation. Because I'm big on you got to be able to talk to me.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
You can't be no boy and girl.
Right.
You can't
Exactly.
Be.
So
you can't be.
So I feel like you definitely can find a good balance between.
But
the
I feel
two.
like the weight is on us though. I feel like even if the girl bored, it's still you bored.
That's so true.
That's
so
fact.
true.
That's fact.
If it don't pan out like you get what I'm saying?
It's just
like
fact.
I feel like it's always gonna be our fault depending on like if you be like I wasn't feeling her vibe, she wasn't really talking about nothing, it's still gonna come back on you like he was tripping or
Or he
like
should have did this.
She gonna
Tell
like,
her friends you want to talk about.
Right.
when you feeling a little heat. Your girl.
My girl is staring at me from the kitchen, y'all, trying to see what I'm finna say.
All right.
I ain't scared. Listen, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
He's stuttering over here.
no, look, but for real though, on a serious note, what I'm saying, like, I agree with you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if they be like, I mean, if you say she wasn't talking, stuff like that, her response is gonna be like, well, he didn't make me feel comfortable. I didn't feel like I could talk to him, and it's gonna fall back on you either way.
And then a lot of times, certain girls is like they have kind of their defense up.
Yeah.
Some people have been through stuff.
Yeah.
They may have their defense up, so you trying to make conversation, and it just seems like she ain't meeting you there.
It seemed like
You
an
know what I'm
interview.
saying? Yeah. I'm asking you this, and then you just like, yeah, I'm good, or I do this, I do.
Yeah.
Like, I want to, let's go into
That's not
depth.
gonna get the date cut short.
Short, bro.
You ready to go?
I hate that.
Yeah.
I promise you doing that. That drives.
I'm already a quiet person at nature, so if I'm putting the effort to kind of talk to you and try to make you laugh, this and that, then I expect you to. You ain't gotta laugh at what I'm saying, but I want you to kind of conversate back with me, like give me the same
If
energy.
it's not engaging, it ain't no point.
Yeah.
It ain't
But
no point.
I personally, honestly, I ain't never had to deal with that because it's like we done been talking over the phone a minute before we went on that date anyway, or at least for me.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Like,
That's how it's
exactly,
supposed to be.
So like I personally I definitely know what y'all saying, but I haven't had that personal experience because usually it's a girl that we already had a good conversation, over the text. And I don't even text like that. So if I know I can talk to you through text, you got me texting you, I know we're gonna conversate with you. Because I hate texting, man.
Yeah.
I like to talk.
So y'all pay for those, right? That first date. We from the south.
Ooh, you finna get some. Hold on, before we talk about that, we got the food coming. We got some.
Man.
We got some homemade
question.
quesadillas with potato balls. Now, if y'all haven't heard about potato balls, we just gonna show y'all over at Chantel's Eatery. We got all this stuff going on Chantel's Eatery, man. We got some potato balls, quesadillas. So we gonna get Omari his plate. But like we said, man, I don't know, Ty. That's you trying to.
I'm asking.
You thought your girl was in there looking at you
I'm
crazy.
asking.
You getting in some hot water.
You better pay for that.
Man, I went on a date a few days ago, and man, that was ticket. But it was like I look at it, man. Money come and go, man. It's like whether good or bad, right or wrong, like it's what like it's gonna it ain't. It's money, man. Like,
I understand, and that's a good way to look at it though. Like because money is literally just a tool. Like it ain't really nothing to be so stressed out about.
right.
My fault.
It's good.
Y'all, this potato ball is mashed potatoes inside like a fried shell.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
hard.
good.
That's hard.
My fault. Y'all keep going,
But
man.
she did do something that bothered me in terms. But I already knew it wasn't gonna, cause she a big city girl and I ain't in all that. But she was like, she said, like after I ain't even reply to it. But after I got the girl came, she was like, it's gonna be on 1 or 2. I said one, and she made the comment. She made the comment. I'm always interested to see what guys do, and that kind of touched me the wrong way. Like I act like I ain't here to say it,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
like, you know, it's almost like I said, that stipulation is I'm supposed to do that.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what
So
I'm
she
saying?
was
Like,
basically saying like
You better.
she wanted to see if you was gonna say 1 or 2,
Right.
and if you would have said 2, it would have been a problem.
right, exactly. You know
Just
what I'm
even
saying?
that, yeah, even the question.
Just a statement.
Yeah,
you know, like,
I see
you
what
have
you're
to say
saying.
that. Yeah. So that's the part I
Oh,
don't like.
no.
I know
bro.
when I went on my first date with my girlfriend, she you know, we got the ticket and we went to a steakhouse for our first date. So I guess I was in the same boat as Omari, bro. Like, you know, money come and go. Like, I was just trying to let her have a good time. She loves steak. I took her to a steakhouse. They pulled out the ticket. Then, you know, I was finna pay for the ticket, and I said, I asked her a question. I forgot what I asked her. I said something like, I was like, how much should I give or something like that. But
What,
she,
tip?
yeah, I was talking about the tip. But she thought I was saying pay for her food, and she just went in her bag, grabbed her card, and she was like ready to pay for it. I was like, no, that's not what I was saying. I was saying how much should I give her for a tip, and she was like, oh, I don't know. She was okay. She was pretty good. But the fact that she was ready to pay for it, I was grateful. I was grateful for that.
Wait. Yeah, I'm finna challenge that.
Okay.
So when she kind of pulled it out, did you feel attitude about it? Like he finna make me pay for it?
No, there was no attitude.
Oh, she was just ready to pay
Yeah.
for it because she didn't know what you was
yeah,
doing.
she didn't know if it was like,
Oh, I thought
like
you,
we just eating.
I thought it was like one of the things where it was like,
No, and I've dealt with girls who was like, oh, you better pay for it. So I was like,
if I get up and leave now though, it's like,
That's up.
she told me
yeah.
that she was gonna pay for it.
But yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
I feel like if I ask you out, like I'm not expecting you to
Right.
really go in your
Right.
pocket for
Right.
nothing.
Right.
That's
Right.
just how I feel. If I ask you, then I got it. But I ain't gonna lie, it is impressive to me if a girl ready to not pay for me. If she ready,
Yeah, for her.
yeah. Like I like the fact if she like prepared to handle her own bill. But like I said, if I ask you out, I ain't tripping. I'm pretty much expecting it.
I don't know. I think like
Thank you.
the way I think is kind of like because when me and Chantel, the first time me and Chantel, I wouldn't even call it a date because we didn't call it a date.
Mm-hmm.
We was like, we gonna go over here and hang out, kind of get to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
We paid for each other food separate, but it was more. It wasn't a date. It was like
Well, y'all did what?
we paid for each other food. Like she paid for hers, I paid for
Oh, I
mine.
thought y'all paid for
Oh,
it.
you thought about the
I was
swap?
like,
No,
like what y'all doing?
I explained that bad, but we paid for our own food, so it was more of a thing where we was kind of just sitting there getting to know each other, you know, and we was just talking to each other, learning this and that. But after a while, I was like, we had an understanding. It was
Right.
like this isn't a date.
Right.
This is where we going to kind of hang out, talk
Right.
to each other.
Right.
But then eventually I asked her out on a date, and I paid for it because that's a I don't remember
Oh.
because we had hung out so much in between.
Yeah.
Or before that, I don't even remember where our first date was,
Okay.
or I paid for it. But I'm sure it was like a restaurant or something like that.
Yeah.
But but I paid for the food, so it was just. I think that's the difference. Like y'all said, like if it's got to be an understanding to me. I don't like how you were saying. Like the girl was like, I wanted to see what you was gonna do. Before we even got there, you would have knew if I was
Yeah.
gonna pay for it or
Yeah.
not. Because I would have been like, all right, this is a date, so the way I move is like on a date,
Right.
I'll pay for your food. But if we just go on to hang out,
Right, and rightfully she hit me up as I didn't even
that's
ask
what I'm
you,
saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. When
Right.
you gonna they be like, when you gonna take me out? This and
Right,
that.
and they be trying to turn, like I said, trying to turn everything back on us.
You wanted to go eat.
Right,
It'd be
right,
different if I wanted to go eat and I wanted you to come with me. Then
Right.
I feel obligated to pay.
right. Man, I had one girl pull that card too. Man, she was like, she was like upper 20, finna be 30. She pulled that card. We get out the, you know how I mean. Anyway, we get out the car, and she like, oh, I left my wallet. I said,
Oh, she wow.
you a grown woman, man.
She
you
ain't leave her
you ain't
wallet.
left your wallet.
She playing.
I just said whatever, and then I ended up, we ain't go to no expensive spot then though. It was like Well, it can be Taco Mama. So
Oh yeah, it sure can.
So I got some slider with them. But yeah, man, I just like I said, just to me it's just that stipulation. But also like I feel like if you talking to someone and you really like them, like y'all already been talking, and I feel like you gonna do what you feel is necessary to accommodate their wants or needs because you like them. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that should be a mutual thing. You know, it shouldn't just be the guy doing it or just the girl. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like different people gonna bring out different situations. Cause like I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't take every girl and talk to a nice restaurant, but some of them I would.
Yeah. I don't know though. I be feeling weird about the kind of like the obligation to do this and that as a man, like with dating, because with dating. We're dating. I don't owe nothing to you. You don't owe nothing to me. Or even if we talking, it's just it's too much of an obligation before we have even like claimed each other.
And that'd be the big problem why people don't even be getting married, bro. Because you acting like you married and you ain't even married.
Yeah, like exactly. It's a confusion in that to me.
Yeah.
But that was good. That was a good talk. Y'all ain't got no other relagot type stuff.
I mean, that can get a whole lot deeper, but
that can get a lot deeper.
I'm gonna leave it there.
My wife is, so I got I blinked twice. Then I mean, I'm in trouble.
But about it now, you gonna talk about it when we leave.
Okay, so I got something that we can talk about. Okay. This can kind of deal with after you married or whatever, you have kids. So, how do you get your kids to want to talk to you about their situations that they may be going through, they may have, bruh? That's to me like me and Ozzy was talking about that, and I think that's like extremely hard because for me, just from experience, it was hard for me. I didn't talk to my parents about the stuff I went through because I felt like they wouldn't even want to understand. It was always from a parent's perspective, like, oh, you don't need to be doing that, and they ain't listening. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really listening to what I'm trying to tell you or how I feel about this.
I think that's for us at least, that was because we children of pastors and stuff like that. But I don't know if it would be easier for people who was if their parents just children.
not like presently active in church like that. Because they parents gonna talk. Our parents try to set this certain standard and stuff like that, but their parents, they just chilling like we. I mean, no, don't say it like that.
I mean, not.
I get what you're saying because I mean, most parents have morals and ethics that they stand by regardless. But just from our perspective, it felt like it was a little bit more strict and harsh on us.
Right. I think I know what he's saying though, like. Cause it's different. Nah, everybody know, no racist junk, but a black household is a certain way.
Right.
Everybody know that.
It's different, yeah.
Then, but you got the Christian household and the non-Christian household too. That's different. That's different. But everybody know what black parents gonna tell you. They not your friend. You the child. You already know how that go. Everybody had that conversation with their parents. You know how that go.
Right.
So, like when they tell you that, you be looking like, all right, well, shoot, I can't chop it up with you. Like, you just told me I can't, what I'm saying? We ain't homies. I can't come chop it up. That's how you start feeling.
Yeah.
And then they tell you, be like, oh yeah, you can come talk to me. But you just saying something. That don't really hold much weight to me when after you done told me that you ain't my friend or you done made this big distinction between you the parent and the child.
Exactly.
So now, even if you tell me like, yeah, you can come talk to me, I hear you saying that, but it don't really hold much weight.
Right.
Because I'm kind of scared.
So what's the distinction between I'm still a child, like how you was just saying, your parents like, oh, you a child, I'm your parent, I'm not your friend, this is that. So what's the distinction between and your mindset of being a child and becoming a person to where you can think as an individual? You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, cause I mean, obviously, like in our society, it's 18, you grown. You know what I'm saying? But to me, I think, of course, like a 14-year-old can't make decisions on their own. They brain ain't all the way done. Developing and stuff like that. But I think a lot of times you get these, ideologies of who you are, at a younger age, and your parent might want to believe.
Yeah, nah, that's
And then when you in high school, you got all these different things you may see and influences. So you trying this, and that. But even with that, and even with making those mistakes, I feel like your parents shouldn't be there to just crack down on it so much. Just talk to me.
Yeah.
I respond better when you talk to me. You get what I'm saying? Or explain to me why this is like why I shouldn't do this or why I shouldn't do that. It shouldn't just be, oh, don't do that, and if you do, I'm gonna crack you upside your head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of parents stuck in the mindset of everything we want to do, ambitions, or everything we say is has to be a lesson just because they are parents. So they always trying to teach us something. So hindsight, they going against whatever we say or do because they feel like they got to teach us whatever. Trying to show you something, and they get it be blindside them. You know, it ain't intentional, but you know they just think. You know, I got to teach them something out of this. You know, they got to get something from this from me. You know, instead of actually listening. You know, and trying to like, you know, help you with that or whatever. Right. You know, but I feel like it's just a heavy thing in our community in general. Like. You know,
So where that conversation come from, though? Because that's a conversation that gotta be had. But where that conversation like developed from? Like if like trying to get your parents to like trying to let them know that I may want to talk to you, but I don't feel like I can. Like,
how do you
like where does that conversation come? No, where does that conversation come from? Like, do you just go and be like, hey, I gotta tell y'all something, but I don't want to tell y'all, or like. Or do you just keep quiet like how you did, like how you say you did, and just not talk to him?
I don't know how to feel. I mean, I feel like if you were, because maybe you're right. Like maybe it is good to be like, hey, Ma, I want to tell you something that I'm going through, but I feel like you wouldn't.
But I know
listen.
it's not easy. That's what I'm saying. So like, where that conversation comes?
But
like,
listen, if you say that to them, it's gonna make them feel so bad because they gonna feel like, man, I've been leading him to believe he couldn't talk to me, and that's probably not even what they meant, but they was just in discipline mode when they said that the first time.
Yeah.
But I think if you were to confront them like that, then it'll make them feel so bad and be like, no, that's not all what I meant, and then it'll be an understanding and agreement y'all can talk about it then. But for me, it is hard because I didn't do it. Obviously that didn't cross your mind, but it's just hard to be like, how do I tell my parent that it seems like they don't really listen or even try to listen, that, hey, I want to tell you something, but I feel like you ain't gonna listen. And then, like, see, my mom was the type, she would be like, we'll say, Mom, you lying. She like, you called me a liar, and it scare you like, no, I ain't calling you no liar. You know what I'm saying?
Can't say that
so it's like, it's hard to, you know what I'm saying, to have a regular conversation, it seems like. And be, like, it's like you can't go against. And like we having a conversation, we can not agree.
Right, and that's the like you just said, man. It's like if we don't agree, you know, it got to be an argument or something. Like that ain't the case. Like we can have this agreement as kids, you know what I'm saying? And like me personally, and I feel in our community, like we bottle up so much stuff. And I feel like when you get to that point where you have to have that conversation, it's too late. Something already happened that you feel like you couldn't tell them. So now they see something wrong with you. You ain't have to say nothing. So now they come to you, oh, you could have told me this. Like I personally had that situation with my pops, and it was like, he was like, man, you know, you had like the whole world against you, like everybody against you, like you can talk to me this and that. Well, it's too late. Like I done went through this situation now. You know, when I needed you, you know, I ain't feel like I could. You know, so I feel like anytime we do come across that conversation, something that already happened.
Yeah, it'd be too late.
Yeah, right.
So do that make y'all change or think about the way that y'all gonna parent y'all kids
most definitely
differently? Or
but he was saying that, and when he said it though. It's like, he was like, so if that's the case, like with my situation, if that's the case, and your parents was like that and you felt like that, then just do the opposite. But to me, it's not that easy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, it's a blinding thing. It wasn't intentional. It's stuff that molds us to like do things that we want to be intense. So, you know, we're going to try to be different, but, you know, we can fall short.
It's going to be hard. It's definitely going to be hard. Because it's so much to pay attention to with a kid, I feel like.
It is so much.
Especially when they growing, like from elementary school, middle school, high school. But they go through so many different phases, it's hard to keep up with them. Because you ain't old, but you much older than them. Like you 40 and 18. That's just hard. Y'all in two different realms of life. So like it's hard to keep up with them.
And I think it's hard.
Dang, was that a good gap? I said 40 and 10. That ain't too old.
No, well, it's like you had it at 30.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Right.
somebody gonna be like,
But if you,
I would hold that.
no, they ain't bad. Yeah, you're right. They ain't bad. They ain't bad.
Ain't bad at all.
They ain't bad. Shoot, when I was in elementary school, it was some of them 10-year-olds, and they parents was like 25, 23.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
shoot, my mom, she's fine. But
What you say out loud?
that was elementary school, man. Chill out. But
Hey, Chantel, this food good.
Yeah.
shout out to Chantel's Eatery, you know. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's just a hard thing to kind of to convey, but I think it's just all a matter of communication.
Right.
Just like consistent communication with your kids, because if you always in a position to where you feel like you've experienced more, so you know more, it's hard to want to understand.
Yeah.
Like your ego and your pride to have you to the point where you like, no, they don't know nothing. They don't know what they talking about.
Right.
But they going through it, so they know what they talking about. They just don't know how to say it to you.
Yeah.
That's the
Or they
biggest-
don't know how to say it. Period.
That's the wrong mindset to have.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. Thinking like, oh yeah, they don't know what they're talking about.
And I was having that conversation with the parents last night, man. I said, even at my age, I can learn more from little kids than I have from people older than
Well,
me.
what?
You know what I'm saying?
They genuine. They know the truth, and that's
Yeah,
it.
right.
It ain't really nothing. It ain't like no games how grown people play.
Exactly.
Like they
Right.
they can be deceptive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I agree. I just don't know. So how do y'all feel like y'all would like approach that situation with y'all kids?
See, I don't know how would I.
to let them know, and like what's the age? Like you start to, implement that in their head.
I don't know how I would approach it because you done know me my whole life, and you know how angry I can get, and you know how hard headed I can be. Well, I just think I know it all. So I done got mad at dad so bad. I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna do my kids like that and stuff like that. But then at the same time, I know when I'm wrong, and I'm still gonna sit there and tell you that I'm right.
Okay, but
That pride, man.
yeah, man. But like, if you
Pride
know
is the devil.
but if you know that, why don't you just fix it?
I mean,
That's just like how they be saying black people don't have much opportunity and this and that. But if we know that, then why don't we just go ahead and take the time to get the knowledge that we need to know, or hang around the people that we need to hang around, so we can, like a lot of black people don't have the opportunities.
Right.
And there's nothing they can do. But if you know that being in a certain environment will lead to this type of lifestyle, then why don't you try to? Like, I feel like if you know, then you can learn and do the other way. Like, go the other way.
better.
Yeah. So if you knew that, why don't you?
I do. I'm working on it.
So you don't feel like it's a thing to be like, all right, I know it, so I ain't gonna do it no more.
I mean, you can say I ain't gonna do it no more, but when you get
I'm about
mad,
to
it's gonna
do
be
it.
different. What?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you saying
You
like
working
you?
on it. Working on it.
I'm talking. All right. So how does that play to your kids? Because you still haven't answered the question.
I think I do all right at when I sit back and think about if the positions were switched. So when it's with my kids,
So you do a good job of reflecting.
yeah. So when it's with my kids, I can say, well, I know how I was when I was, how I was feeling when I was that age, or when I was in that certain situation. So maybe I should hear them out. I don't really know how to answer it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's tough though. Regardless, like I know when me and you was talking, I said just do the opposite, but then you was like, "That's not gonna that easy," and I was like, "Yeah, it ain't."
Mm-hmm.
It's hard, bro. Like it really, cause it's no like certain approach. Like you gotta try different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I feel like even without being raised with strict parents, I just think it's still something about knowing that that's your mom or your dad. You still might not want to talk to them just because you think they're gonna get mad at you.
Yeah.
I think it's just still a like just knowing that that's your mom or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's still gonna be tough. Like you might ask them a question, about a serious conversation. They'll probably lie.
Yeah.
They're scared. They don't want you to get mad and all that stuff. So it's tough. I think it's tough. But you could try, like Omari said, you could try. like both of y'all was saying, you could try, but that's hard.
That's the only thing you can do, I guess.
And like that's the hardest part, finding the balance, cause like you don't want to be too like friendly and they be like, oh, that's my friend, and not that disrespecting, but at the same time, you know, so it's just finding that balance, man.
So, I know
we might hold off on them kids, y'all.
I know the only time that I've opened up. I know the only time. Man, kid.
What about the kids?
I know the only times that I have opened up to my parents in my life is when we sat down and we was just talking. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time I told them the deepest stuff in my life. So I feel like as parents, when we get to that stage,
wait, you gotta. What you mean, like when y'all just kicking it, like just chilling?
No. Like my dad just like, hey, we just gonna sit down.
We would do that.
So it was organized.
We gonna sit down and we just gonna talk.
Oh, okay.
And
like when
after
we was in high
talking
school,
so much, you spew all that junk out, bro.
Right.
You let all that junk out. So I think it's important when we get to that stage to take time to just be a family, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Most definitely.
just do stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know
So
what I'm
you
saying?
feel secure in that moment?
Yeah, and but other times I feel like I can't talk to you. You know what I'm saying?
But that family talk time.
Like when to hear your
on the
dad
table.
sit there and be like,
Right.
I don't care what y'all did, bro. I love y'all, bro. Like I just wanna make sure y'all all right. And then you just like, well, I just want to talk to you.
I've been there for that, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to explain.
Yeah.
Because that mean the world, man, to hear that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
It does.
Wow.
When you now that he said it, and it's like I forgot about that, but it was so much later in my life
Yeah.
Right.
that at that time it was kind of like,
You was about to go to college.
yeah, I'm out. Like mentally, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But for them, I can understand why I was so detrimental that they did that.
Right.
You know, because they was in the point, they 9th, 10th, 11th grade, they kind of still trying to figure it out.
And then
So
you were oldest too, so you
Yeah.
taught you that sacrificial child. You know,
they have
they
to
did a
figure
lot
it
of
out.
trial and
Yeah,
error.
yeah,
with
yeah,
you.
figure it out.
So,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah. So,
But that's that's just how it is. So
right.
But that's good that that happened that way, cause but I think that's something that, like you said, when you get to that stage, it's something that you should implement early.
Yeah.
Yeah, most
Early.
definitely.
And be consistent with it.
Yeah,
That's the biggest part,
Yeah.
man. Like consistent.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man.
I got something. I don't know if it's gonna be too deep, but I do want to kind of hit
we
on
the
it
deep
while we
We
here.
podcast.
the deep podcast.
While we here.
DDTV. That's what they stand for. Deep.
Deep. Y'all heard that? Them double D.
Double D.
But so you know, sometimes people or kids, they parents, they probably don't do a lot of stuff right. You know, some people end up not disliking their parents, having resentment towards their parents.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you, like, after you get grown and stuff, how do you kind of get, find that point to where you can forgive your parents and for they mishaps or whatnot?
Go ahead, T. He's gonna tell you all about it.
I don't know. I think that just comes with I think that just comes with a little time and maturing, and then just allowing God to kind of help you figure it out. Because I think because Titus saying it, because he know I've been through that with my with my parents. So
I had to though.
yeah, it's just like something like, your parents may have done something that you didn't like, and it kind of scarred you, and it's early, because a lot of early trauma, it stay with you so long, and it makes you just kind of depending on what it is, it angers you. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just something to where you have to kind of come to grips with what it is, and for me, seeing the effort to get right or get better. That was good. That was good for me. Like that was all. That over time, that was all I need to see. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like to this day, sometimes I still get aggravated and think about it, but I don't ever let it make me react a certain way or make a decision out of that, because I forgave for whatever I felt. For whatever I felt mad at my parents for, or this and that. So I'm the type of person, like, if I say I forgave, I'm not finna just keep holding it against you, because that if that's the case, I might as well shouldn't have even forgave.
I
shouldn't have said that. So I don't like to make a promise. If I can tell him, I promise I'm gonna be there tomorrow, and if something happen, I can't be there. But I can always promise myself and make that promise because I'm me. You know what I'm saying? So I can always be there for myself.
Yeah.
But it's tough though, especially like when you're trying to figure out different things. But I think you gotta pray about that.
Yeah, and I dealt with that, and I think that what helped me the most was I always try to look at both sides of everything in perspective. So I had a lot of friends that had both parents in the house, and then it's like I'm seeing them happy and stuff, and I'm like, you know, I see how they talking to their mom and dad. I'm like, dang man, why? Like I be tripping, bro. Like you know, they doing good. I'm like, you know, that let me straighten up.
Yeah.
But then it's like I also get reminded by everybody ain't got their parents around. So I'm like, man, some people wish they had. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here getting bent out of shape by some. You know, and everything everybody do is it happened from something. You know, people all the way off because of something that happened at some point in their life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the part. That's why I try to remind myself. You know, so. Try not to hold nothing against people too much, man. Even my parents, man. So, and I also like to hold myself accountable.
Yeah,
so, you know, I know I be tripping sometimes. You know, it ain't always nothing. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. I think, but like, you got to remember, bro. Nobody perfect, not even your parents. Yeah. So you can't be running around saying like, yeah, nobody perfect, but then try to hold your parents to a standard that you don't hold other people to.
Right.
And like. You gotta think, bro. If you was the first child, they probably was trying to figure it out. That's one thing. And then, bro, it really ain't like it ain't no book for that. Ain't no script. It's no way you can't go on YouTube and find out how to be a perfect parent. It's like it's not possible, bro. So you just gotta understand, bro, that's a trial and error like duty being a parent. You gotta make mistakes. You gotta mess up. You gotta bump your head, whatever they say. You gotta try that. So, like you said, you gotta mature first. Because if you immature, you never really gonna get
your
to
mind
that point.
never gonna.
But you gotta mature first, and then you just gotta understand, like Omari was saying, just look at it from an overall perspective, and then you just gotta pray and find in your heart to forgive, bro. Because they not perfect. We ain't gonna be perfect parents. I don't care if you been through the worst and stuff. You be like, alright, when I have kids, I'm gonna da da da. No, you not. You gonna try, but you gonna mess up too. So, I mean, you just gotta realize people human, bro.
Yeah, so like it was, 20 years before I heard the other side of the story, because I was my parents had been divorced when I was 2, so I was just living with my mom. So it's like I was only hearing her side, the negative thrown in my ear,
exactly. And
that's why I never turned against my dad. 'Cause I'm like, I don't know his side, And it, as a kid, that's hard, but I was lucky because my sister kind of fed into that, So like it was like I wanted to hear both sides, and then my granddad was the one who broke down everything. So I'm like, oh, well, had she told me that, I would have. She left out the part that was most important.
So you didn't feel like I'm sure you probably felt a certain way towards your dad, for this and that. If he wasn't there or whatever, but it didn't. So you kind of was more. That's mature. Like the fact that you didn't like feed into the negativity.
No, it was more so. I just wish he was there, but I'm not mad he not.
Right.
It was like I don't know what made me think that way, but that's just how it was. I was never mad at him for it, because I don't know. I was more so hopeful, like man, like
I think that comes from being a boy though. Boys want their dad.
Yeah.
Like girls is easy clean to their mama. You a boy, I don't care. You love your mama, but at some point you want to see your dad, see him, talk to him.
But he growing up, and then your dad not there, or it may feel like your dad don't want to be there, and then your mom telling you your dad don't want to be there.
I feel like that's probably why he kept that hope though, just because.
And that's the mature part, but the immature part on my end was I held that not having that figure in my life. It was a lot of men trying to tell me stuff, and I'm like, bro, I don't want to hear it. A lot of men trying to guide me and tell me this, and I'm like, nah, bro, you ain't my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear it. So, like, it was pros and cons to it, but I took it as a blessing, man, because like I can, it's a lot of character traits and stuff about my pops. That I'm like, I would have took those on had he been around, because it's only natural, and like I'm glad I didn't. And I'm not gonna go too deep in detail about it, but like it was a lot of things like. I saw it as a blessing. Like when I got old, I'm like, man, okay, like,
and everything work out how it's supposed to. Like everything work out for the good. Like how I remember me and you talking. You was like, I just always try to look at the positive in every situation, and that's easy to say. But a lot of times people don't do that. Like you can look at a situation where you might not have your truck, this, and that, or you might not have this or whatever. But then if you look at the other side, you're like, well, if I would have went out there in that weather, I probably would have gotten a wreck or something like that. You just have to always try to find the positive in the situation, because that'll make your perspective always the best. Like your perspective always being the best way it's supposed to be.
Right, and then, like I said, it's a cliche statement, but I always try to remind myself, like, somebody going through something worse. Like, somebody probably wish this was their problem compared to what they're going through, you know what I'm saying? So, and I constantly remind myself, that's why I said, like, 9 times out of 10, you're going to never see me mad, man. That won't let stuff bother me, man. It's too much real stuff going on. Like, I can sit here and complain, like, my car can start tomorrow. Okay, I can call 20 people that'll come help me out. But it's a kid, 6-year-old starving somewhere right now without a roof over their head, And I'm crying about a car. That's a material thing, that's replacement, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's stuff like, like you said, easier said than done. But that's something I constantly remind myself of, man.
Yeah, I like that, but that's what I try to do is keep me humble, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
I always think about it. Like, I know somebody got it worse than me.
Yeah.
I know they do.
So what's one thing, like, since we kind of going and saying that, what's one thing that we all kind of, like, as you as an individual, you get up in the morning to kind of remind you or to kind of keep you humble, like you said?
That just like what he was saying, knowing people got it worse than me, and then just I just always tell myself, like, I know I'm blessed, cause I mean this is a statement that I always tell myself. If we want to, everybody got a story that they can cry about.
Yeah.
He got one, I got one, you got one, you got one.
Exactly.
All 4 of us sitting on this couch got a story you can cry about.
Real.
But what you gonna do? You gonna cry about it, or you gonna get up and shake that junk off and keep going? I mean, that's kind of a man talking to.
Yeah.
But it's true though. Everybody in the world got a story they can cry about. A sad story. Everybody got one.
Right.
It's what you do with it.
Yeah, most definitely. And like, somebody like kind of disagreed with me when I said it, but similar to that, I was like, honestly, bro, nobody don't care. Like, some people can say you care, but everybody, like,
They don't.
rightfully everybody focus on what they got going on. Like, so people can say they care all day, but nobody cares, man. So like, don't sit here and pout, bro. Like, you gotta keep going.
You gotta
But if you do cry, you better cry for 2 seconds and get back up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't stay there.
right. And that's the struggle. Like, just not staying there, man.
Yeah.
What about you?
It's to stay humble, you said?
Yeah, just kind of keep you on your path, like to where you're not complacent. You know what I'm saying? Like, you stay humble, you always motivated, you want to keep getting better at what you do. Like, what is something you kind of remind yourself every day?
I remind myself that I'm as far as like with people, like I'll be at work and somebody be like, oh, you that dude who make the videos, or I go in public and people like, you the dude who make the videos. I remind myself every morning, I'll be like, bro, you the same dude. Like, you the same dude who was, you the dude on yourself, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you the same dude. Like, honestly though, you know what I'm saying? Like, you a human being, bro.
Right.
That wasn't reason. That wasn't reason.
I hope not.
I mean, not dude. You talking like weeks or
We talking about years.
But honestly, bro, that's what I got. And when we all get to that place where we finna go, bro,
because we know we're going.
Bro, when we all get to that place where we finna go, I challenge you to remind yourself of that, bro. You the same dude from Mobile, Alabama, who did something in school, played football for you, who had to take a break from college. All of us had to take a break from college because of finance. You the same dude. You a normal dude.
Right.
So,
And that's big, man. I was actually telling somebody, like a girl sent me a video. Like, she know we was cousins or whatever.
Right.
And I was like, yo, man, he dude funny. I was like, bro, yeah, that's my cousin. And she's like, oh, that's crazy. I was like, yeah, man. And I told her exactly what you just said. I was like, bro, this dude humble, man. Yeah. Like, because a lot of people I know, you can see it when they change, man. Yeah. And it's sad, bro. Yeah. Because it's like, I know that's when they necessarily their intentions, but a lot of people, like, when they not used to things, they fold, man.
Exactly.
And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they let a lot of other people get to their head. So, man, like, you on the right track with it, man. Like, that, I'm happy for you, man.
Oh, yeah.
I think for me, I try to remind myself that we gonna die.
Yeah, boy.
It's kind of morbid.
That's, bro.
But it's just like
real.
probably the truest thing ever.
One day.
Right.
Like we are gonna die one day, and then the thing about it is you don't never know when. You don't know when. You hope that it's later on your second half of your life, you know. Yeah. But you never know when you're gonna die. So like to me, when I constantly remind myself that, it makes me like if it's like 6 in the morning, I'm like, oh, I gotta get up, and then like that thought kind of pop in my head, like, bro, you could die today. Like, if this is the last day that you live,
right?
Why don't you want to go ahead and do the most you can for your business, the most you can, loving people, making people laugh, making people smile, or helping somebody else out here and there, like that. To me, that just keeps me on my toes to where I'm not staying in the same place I'm in. I'm always trying to get better.
That thought process will make you change the world right there, bro.
Yeah.
That junk can make you change the world.
Yeah, it definitely can. So I like when I think about that, it kind of makes me get to the point where, like, and I agree with you, it's good to stay humble and kind of remind yourself, I'm the same guy that was back here years ago doing this and that, but I always want to be that guy, but better version of that guy.
Right.
Every single day if I can. And that's cliche too. I used to think about that. I'm like, how you gonna get better every day? But like when you trying to do it, you can see, all right, this little spot I done got better today. This little spot I done got better today. I done put a little bit more effort into this today. I ain't read my Bible today. I can do a little bit more of that. It's not necessarily something getting better at a certain skill, but just better in maybe your mental or better in your spiritual aspect or just anything. You just trying to be a better version of yourself. So that's kind of what I remind myself. Yeah, it sounds scary, but that I think that the fear kind of push you. Yeah. To me, it pushes me. Yeah. So that's kind of what I do.
Yeah, that's good right there, boy.
Hey, however you do it, you do it.
Yeah.
Cause I would think about that. I was like, dang, your junk sound like you scaring yourself. But
I scare myself on up too. All right.
Cause I done heard Tobias, like, my dad was like, Tobias, why don't you just chill out, man? Like, you been going all day. Like, especially when he was having problems with his lawnmower and stuff. Tobias said, bro, I'll rest when I'm dead, bro. I didn't hear him say that, and I was like, he is insane. What is wrong with him? But that's real, bro.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's real.
I agree with that, man, for real.
Yeah.
That make you get up and work every day, but at your dream, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Got to.
That make you
get man, I was once again talking to your parents last night, man. January 28th was the exact date, man. We was in the work, man, moving stuff from office to office, man. This dude come flying on a motorcycle, clipped our van. So we get out, we didn't even see dude, man. He was talking like 20 feet. So we walked up to him. He was like, we knew he was dead. His blood was like gruesome thing. Most gruesome thing I ever saw. So, kind of find out the next day, a girl texted me. She was like, she was like, I knew him. He was only 21, bro, same age as me. And I kept thinking, the thing that killed me, bro, somebody got to make that call to his parents, bro. And that was the first time I put myself in my mama's shoes. If somebody had to call my mama and tell her, your son just died on a motorcycle. So it took me a minute to get over that, because it was like every holiday that was coming up, I'm like, man, this dude can't even be with his family right now, you know. And no telling where they yet, because he had a big universe, so he could be from California, you know what I'm saying? And like to have to get that call, man, and that like, and once again, that refreshed my, memory with like it happened so fast, man. So it's like, you gotta enjoy it, man.
You got to.
It can happen just like that.
You got to.
Yeah.
He didn't wake up that morning knowing he
Not
was
at all.
finna be flying and get somebody. Right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you're right, and that's super key. Like, enjoying life too.
Right.
Like
and I feel like we always need reminders, like, 'cause we always get complacent, you know. So I feel like it's good to constantly have reminders of that, man.
Yeah, man.
That's good.
This is a good podcast.
That was good, bro.
Y'all see what Omari bring out us, man?
Man, what the world?
I ain't did nothing, man. Look at me being humble.
I ain't did nothing. It's fine. Hey, man, this has been podcast number 16. Hey, I appreciate y'all for
16? Didn't you say 6?
Y'all ain't thinking far ahead, bro.
Don't try to blame that on that.
Wow. It's been podcast number 6. So thankful. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Are we doing we kind of did our work.
We
did that job. So, we're going to wrap it up right here. DDTV, we at, pray. Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for your grace and your mercy, for allowing us to see another day, God. We just thank you for blessing us with the ability and the mind space to chase our dreams, God. And we just thank you for what you're about to bless us with, God, for the multimillionaires that are sitting in this room. And maybe we don't see it as much as we should, but God, we know that it's about to come to pass soon, God. We thank you so much for what you're doing. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Hey, DDTV, we out.
Yeah, do you think you are? I am a CEO. I'm young and I'm black and I'm beautiful. Yeah. You, me, what's up? Who told you you was a star? My mama and my daddy taught me to be humble. So stop acting out if you don't want no drama. Fight for